Welcome to another Rosie the Realtor show. Today we have a very special guest speaker all the way from Idaho. Please help me welcome Julene Webb. Hi, Julene.
Good morning, Rosie. Thanks for having me. Good to see you.
Yes, of course. Thank you for accepting my invitation. And tell me a little bit about yourself, Julene.
So my husband Kurt and I have been living in Idaho for just about 10 years now. We have 2 daughters and been in real estate since 2000. My background prior is accounting and computer programming, so I'm part nerd, but it all plays well. All the financial background played really well for my segue into real estate. So been doing it for a long time, love it, and enjoy helping my clients get what they want.
Very cool. And you already kind of mentioned that you're in real estate. So tell me a little about your business out there in Idaho.
So I started in 2000 in Ventura, California, then to Orange County. And 10 years ago, my daughter and her husband started looking out of state for a good place to raise the young kids. And we were in Irvine. It was expensive, and they really wanted to buy their own home and just live at a slightly slower pace. So they asked us to research with them so that hopefully someday we might join them. And we looked at a few states. Then Idaho came up. Somebody at work mentioned that, and Kurt and I thought, well, we've never been. Why don't we fly out for a few days? So we did that. And Rosie, we fell in love just within that few days. And so we flew back and we told the kids, we think you should pick Idaho and we'll go with you now.
Wow.
So I know it was really exciting. So 4 months later, we all were driving up, trucks following us through a blizzard at that time in January. But we've been here for almost 10 years now. The kids have a great house with a park-like backyard. My wife, my daughter is able to stay home with the kids, and Kurt and I are so happy with our decision, just so happy. So he works remotely now for hospitals. I'm in real estate. This will be my 10th year coming up. So love the area, love driving through the foothills and past the horses and to go look at property for clients. It's just a beautiful, beautiful setting. So that's what I do now. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, and that's obviously why we brought you on today, because I'm doing my Leaving California series, and not only are you a realtor in one of the hot spots, right, Idaho.
Yeah.
You've gone through it yourself, right? I mean, you picked up your life and you went over there, and now you've been there 10 years. So not only do you know the area, but you've gone through it, and I would think that helps, create value for potential clients thinking of going to Idaho. What was the hardest? What was easy?
Yeah,
right?
It's a process. So when we flew back into town, knowing that we were going to move here, I wanted to get a lot done in a few days. So I reached out to a local realtor that knew the area and worked with her, saw things. Okay, there are things here that we like. Flew home, made plans to move. So when I've got people coming from out of state, which we do have quite a bit of, I remember that process. So sometimes it's a 1 trip, sometimes it's a 2 trip. Either way, if it's a scouting trip, I'm glad to meet with them, and we'll go look at a few homes just so they can see that, yep, there are things here that I like. And then they go home and make plans and come back later to buy, and that's fine. But when they're doing that buying trip, and they're coming in 2 weeks, for example, I'm spending that week before getting ready for them, because we've got 50 builders in town. A lot of our homes are new construction. Not everyone is a fit for each client. So I'll do that homework the week before and reach out to builders to find out what's available and what's coming. And so when they hit the ground, when they land in Boise, and they're only here for a few days, we can make really good use of their time and help them get what they really want. So it's kind of pinpointing and getting a lot done when they're here. And then they fly home, and there's still a lot of work to be done here on the ground for them. And I'm their man on the ground or woman on the ground. And so, I mean, I've even got clients that aren't able to come back for various reasons. And so I'm doing, walkthroughs, meeting with contractors, blind people and appliances and all that. I'm glad to do it. So it's a really nice help. They're busy on their side, getting ready to come. I'm busy here getting things done for them. So we work really well together. And I just love talking to them 6 months later and hearing again about how much they love their home and love the area. So we've had 9 family members move up since we got here.
Oh,
So
wow.
I know.
That's a lot.
So I know. So they're all happy where they are. But one of the things we liked about Idaho was that it's still close enough to do even a direct flight to Orange County now with Allegiant, or hop and flying to Burbank to go see family in Ventura. So it's still just a half day to go see family, which we do often. And that's one of the reasons we chose this place.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I definitely have had a lot of clients leaving this year to various states. So I'm, trying to have those relationships, obviously, with different agents, lenders, in those states. As sadly, while California is still gorgeous, there's so many reasons why people are just leaving. They're done, whether they can't afford it or so many reasons. But
well, we have found that Newsom is our #1 realtor in Idaho. He irritates people in California and then they come up here.
Yeah, so many, right? But so many reasons. And it's just, I'm grateful that I get to still be here. But I want to make sure I'm helping my clients, not just here, because, moving, let alone moving out of state, that's one of the hardest things people will go through. So it's very important for me to make sure that I have good connections, people that understand it and are going to be caring and sensitive to what's going on, because it's a big deal. And I recognize that. So Julene, if somebody wanted to contact you direct, how would they do that?
So a great place to, thank you, gather information. Also my site, which I don't see on there, is my-idahohome.com. My-idahohome.com. There you can search our local MLS. You can email me, which you see here on the screen. And I've got a great relocation guide that I'm glad to email out to anybody that wants it for free. So just shoot me a quick email there. You can also reach my website by just my name, julenewebb.com. So, and you don't have to be ready to buy or sell to call me, ask questions. I'm glad to help. It's a process. It really is a process. Yeah. And I've been doing this for a long time. We move at your pace, whatever the client needs. Some people are coming in a few months, some are coming next year. Either way works, and I want to help them get there.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. And as you mentioned, even if it's a quick weekend trip and maximizing the time that you're there, to start that process, because it can be very overwhelming, is one of the feedbacks I've gotten a lot this year from clients. Like, wow, there's just so much to do. And
right. And if someone comes and they're by themselves and they haven't reached out to a local realtor yet, they might spend a lot of time spinning their wheels, drive through a few neighborhoods, but they really won't have gotten the full picture and kind of pinpointed the place that really have what they're looking for. So reaching out to somebody local is a huge help to them. When Kurt and I came, one of the things we did too, we researched different states because we wanted good economy. That's big, just for future stability, growth, and all that. And Boise and Utah both are the top 2 economies in the country for states. Idaho is the least. Forbes magazine also notes them fastest growing, Utah and Boise. But one of the things that we all really love is that Idaho is the least regulated state in the United States. So people that come just kind of like a little more independence, a little more freedom. And that's one of the things that attracts people here. When I first came, it was surprising to me how nice people were here. When the lady in the grocery store was talking to me, I thought, what does she want from me? And then I was sitting, And then I was sitting in a chamber event weeks later, and they noted that the city of Meridian, which is where we were, was one of the top 25 friendliest cities in the country. And I thought, oh, okay, that makes sense. And now, after we lived here about 6 months, I told my husband, I said, I am friendlier in Idaho. And I think it's just because we're not rushing so hard. When I was in Irvine, I was driving into Anaheim, which is not far for work. And it was 40 minutes and I was stressed by the time I got there. I was just trying to get there
Fancy.
now I leave my house, I drive past pastures, horses, beautiful trees in the fall. The trees are just gorgeous, changing colors. Get on State Street. I'm at my office in 10 or 15 minutes and I'm relaxed. And just in general, trying to get around, it's not a struggle. So it's just a little more relaxing, just slightly slower, but we still have everything we need and a lot of gorgeous places to explore. That is one of the things that attracted us here. In fact, my backdrop is a little section of Redfish Lake. It's actually a huge lake, but you see just a piece of it. And Kurt and I went there a couple weeks ago, and we just love all of the neat outdoor places that are so close. We feel like we could spend the rest of our lives exploring the state. So that's one of the things we love about the location.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Well, Julene, it has been a pleasure having you here today. Thank you for your insights.
You're welcome.
Definitely, if I have someone going to that area, we'll make sure they give you a call and you can show them around. And
yep. I'm glad to help, Rosie.
And I'm sure they appreciate that. I've done that for people here in Ventura when we have doctors moving in from out of area. I have a connection there, so I kind of show them the areas of town, and it's definitely something they appreciate versus, because when we live there, we understand it, we know it, we can kind of highlight what we know are the more important things of the city versus just blindly driving around, which, I've done that too for myself. So
I think it helped as part of the information gathering stage. I think it helps them identify, okay, yes, this place has homes that I like and areas that I like. So it's just part of that process.
Yes.
Good to see you, Rosie.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you so much again. And I look forward to being in touch.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Thank you. Okay.